paper about improving the performance of HTTP scan on short text clustering by using word embedding and UMAP. First, I want to start by explaining the background for this research. As we know right now, due to the growing popularity of microblogging platforms such as Twitter, short text analysis has been attracting attention of researchers in recent years. This research focused on how to group similar short text documents based on the latent topics. So what's the difference between short text and long text? What's so special about it? Short text tend to have a sparsity problem, or you may know it by the name curse of dimensionality. And with sparsity comes a problem that lack of word co-occurrences. So it is difficult for computer to find semantic information of words. Short text from social media is usually nurtured from other sources. Here are the example of sparsity problem. The table illustrates that there are 5,000 unique features or terms, but it only appear in so few documents. So it is a high dimensional sparsity problem. Next, okay, so much research have been done by so many researchers in machine learning community. Generally, there is to alleviate those problems with short text is by using word embedding technique to represent the text in fixed dimensional space. And what this pre-trained word embedding model learn from millions of external documents contain semantic information of words. Now, before I discuss related works, I will preface this by saying there is two approach to group similar documents, which are topic modeling and document clustering. In topic modeling, LDA or latent derivative allocation is the state of the art for topic modeling on text that uses one document contain many topics assumption. But some argue that LDA performs poor on short text because of its assumption. On the other hand, dirichlet multinomial mixture or DMM, which is similar to LDA but uses one document contains one topic assumption. It is said to be better than LDA on finding topics in short text. One of the research in topic modeling is by Lee in 2016. He made a DMM-based model called GPU DMM, which incorporates word embedding during the sampling process, and its performance is significantly better than the best DMM model. However, LDA, DMM, and all of its variants can have one same problem, that is can handle noise. In document clustering, recently, hierarchical density-based spatial clustering of application with noise extended DBSCAN and changed it to a hierarchical algorithm. Like DBSCAN, DBSCAN has the ability to handle data with noise. It is also one of the state-of-the-art in text clustering and is proven as better than FuzzyCMINS, which is the cluster algorithm that has a soft clustering approach. However, HDBSCAN is bad at clustering high dimensional data. So, based on the explanation based on the information I was explaining before, here are the main problems. So the first one is we need to meet that one document contains one topic assumption, but also can handle noise. We decided to use document clustering approach because we thought that it's more fit for short text than topic modeling approach. We use the HDBSCAN algorithm. The advantage of HDBSCAN, it can handle noisy data by marking it as noise. The second problem is sparsity and lack of word co-occurrences. We alleviate this problem by word embedding to factorize the text. We use BERT and fast text pre-trained model. The result of this word embeddings will be compared. Why we chose BERT and fast text? Because it can handle because it is a state-of-the-art word embedding model, and it can handle out of vocabulary words, which are many in text from social media. And the last problem is HDB-scan's problem with high-dimensional data. We further reduce the text vector dimension by using UMAP algorithm. UMAP has the ability to preserve density information better than other similar algorithms. So the result of the UMAP algorithm is suitable for HDB scan or any density-based clustering approach. This is our proposed methodology. So the first one will represent the document by word embeddings, BERT or fast text, and then we do hyperparameter tuning. The results of the hyperparameter tuning will be used in the main process. The value we got from hyperparameter tuning will be used in the main process in UMAP and HDB scan. After we clustered by HDB scan, we evaluate the model by measuring the result by NMI and purity score. Besides NMI and purity, we also evaluate the cluster with classifier. So we first extract cluster information to be used as training feature for classifier, and then we evaluate the classifier by F1 score. Here are the experiment scenarios. There are 6 scenarios. We add TF-IDF because we add TF-IDF because to be compared to the word embeddings model we use. And here we use the pre-trained BERT model which have 768 dimension and fast text 300 dimension. The first 3 model we didn't use the dimension reduction by UMAP, and the rest we use UMAP to do dimension reduction. The result will be compared. So here are the dataset we used. We used TWIT dataset from track 2019 and Pascal Flickr. It is an image caption dataset from Pascal Flickr. But we use Pascal Flickr's dataset only as a confirmation in hyperparameter tuning. Here are the sample of the dataset. We can already see that this is already clean and pre-processed. It is the same dataset used by the baseline we will compare to later. Hyperparameter tuning, the method used to determine the value for hyperparameters of UMAP and HDB scan is to find the maximum NMI and purity scores that can be obtained from the combination of values for nearest neighbors, number of components, and minimum cluster size. Then we look at the consistency of the values for each dataset to determine the most optimal hyperparameter for short text. Okay, so before I forget to mention that my dataset here is already labeled or annotated, so we can use NMI and purity score. Here are the results of the hyperparameter tuning. This is on TWIT dataset. As you can see that fast text model has achieved the highest NMI and purity scores compared to other model. And if we see at the consistency of the value of hyperparameters that give us the the highest NMI impurity score is mean cluster by is 5, nearest neighbor is 10, and number of component is 30. As a confirmation, we did the same method to the Pascal filter dataset. Same as before, that FastText achieve highest NMI score, but in the highest purity score for Pascal dataset, BERT model is achieving higher score than other model. For the consistency of the hyperparameter, you can see that it's almost the same with the hyperparameter tuning in for Twitter dataset. Mean cluster is 5, nearest neighbor is 10, but the difference is number of components. But since we will use the main process for tweet dataset, so we will use number of components as 30. Here are the comparison with baseline. So tweet dataset. So we use the value for hyperparameter minimum cluster size 5, number of neighbor 10, and number of component 30. This is the baseline. As you can see that GPU PDMM and WNTM is the best model in the baseline. With GPU PDMM achieve higher score in purity, while WNTM is achieve highest NMI score in NMI. Okay, now this is the comparison with our proposed model. GPU PDMM and WNTM is the best model in the baseline. So compare it to our proposed model. As we can see, the FastText UMAP HDP scan, our proposed model is achieves higher score than the best model in the baseline. Also, BERT UMAP HDP scan is also not far behind, but still it's not higher than the baseline. And then as for the
3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. As for the model as for the models that didn't use UMAP, it achieves a poor score because HDP scan is bad for high dimension data. Okay, so this is the last evaluation using the cluster result as a feature for training classifier. So the final evaluation is to use the cluster result as a feature to train a classifier beside the text representation by TF-IDF and the golden label as the target. The classifier used for this is SPM. Evaluation is done by measuring the average F1 score of the 5-fold cross-validation. Here are the results of classification evaluation. You can see that here the base model. Here are the base model achieves F1 score 0.898. The base model is a model that doesn't use cluster information in the training process. Now here is the model that use cluster information. As we can see here that SPM classifier that use cluster information from resulted from FastText UMAP HDP scan has improve the F1 score from base model. Also, but also the same. It achieves higher score in F1 score by 0.904. As for the rest model, as for the rest of the model, it making it worse from the base model. So for the conclusion, in general, the FastText UMAP HDP scan model has the best performance compared to the baseline and other proposed model. So it can be concluded from the results that this clustering model has the best cluster quality and more representative of the data. In contrast, models that did not use UMAP for dimension reduction have poor clustering performance. It is because HDP scan is bad at handling high dimensional data. That's all I can convey. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Siddiq, for the presentation. And now we are going to the questions answer session. And I'll see, are there any questions from the audience for this presentation? If not, there's one question from me regarding the last task. You use this cluster information as a feature for predicting. What is it predicting?
The golden level.
The golden level from the track. Okay.
Yeah, target.
Okay. Okay, that was then. And what is the so the output of the cluster itself has no names. I mean, there's only cluster ID, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's only the embedding features and the
cluster information.
Okay. Okay, that's the thing. So, but it's here that FastText with and BERT are actually quite close. So it doesn't really, but yeah, the UMAP really improves in a way. Have you also tried the other dimension reduction? Is this, why did you choose this UMAP?
We chose UMAP because it's more suitable for density-based clustering approach. Because UMAP has the ability to preserve the global structure, so it can preserve the density in the data, the density information in the data.
Okay, so the density is preserved, and that is used by the DBScan. Yes. Okay, that's the question from Ibu Ayu. I think that should answer the question. And are there any more questions for this? If not, then we will close this session with the first